Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at everyone's favorite ways to celebrate car, Sally. No, not really, but I finally found another one of these diecasts after like weeks of hunting. For some reason, my local Targets are just super behind when it comes to these sorts of diecasts, so I was not able to find them until like last Sunday, where I went to a local HEB and I found her and her casemates just sitting on the pegs. I'll post a little picture on the screen of what they had, but it was also real seeing like the other ways to celebrate items on a peg, and I was just really excited. So I grabbed Sally though, and I believe she's the only new car from case J, which is the case she comes from. So a little lame because again, especially because her design is not that great, but we'll take a look at it when we get her out of the package. But for now, let's review it. So as you can see, we have a nice card art that has been around since 2006, but of course it's just Photoshop to have the Racist Celebrate decals. I always like this packaging and like the confetti it has all over it. For some reason, we're having a really bad glare. There we go. Yeah, I love the confetti with Racist Celebrate logo. We do have Tailfin Pass in the background, which is a little bit more sentimental with Sally on the card because that's the spot her and McQueen took, well, that's the trail McQueen and her took in the first movie to get to the Wheel Motel. So it's kind of nice seeing Sally in this sort of background to indicate her and McQueen's blossoming relationship. We have the new for 2026 logo and a bunch of the townies shops. So we have Fillmore's, Pent, Sergeant Surplus, Head Flows, Ramones is back there, and then Radio Spring sign hidden behind the confetti. Pretty cool. If the deck itself, Sally, her name is underneath, unlike the mainline stuff where they are written on the side, like here's McQueen's, for example, on the 2026 packaging. Yeah, you can see how his name is written on the side instead of on the bottom. So that's an interesting change that they haven't done for the Expanded Universe lines. On the back, we have the other three singles, McQueen, Mato, and Ramon. Now, Ramon is also new to this case, but not really, because the 2-pack with Flo came out first, so he's basically like, he's not really new. But if you see the single and a 2-pack in the same store, which like I have at HEB when I got to Sally, just get the 2-pack, man, because Flo is an exclusive, and you know, you're basically paying less for a 2-pack at Target than you would as a single, because singles are $5 each, and the 2-packs are $8.99, so you get a 50-cent discount. So there's that. But yeah, enough of yapping. Let's check out Sally. Yeah, I've been really interested in seeing what her design looked like, because a lot of people just do not like her. They've been kind of dogging on her design, and from what I'm seeing, yeah, I'm not very impressed with the design of her. I think she's one of the least different of the ways to celebrate, but we shall see how it is. So let's actually put a card out there so we can see. And here she is, and it shows the Sally that exists. But first off, oh, I don't know why my camera did that. Sorry for the cut there, guys, but my camera is kind of acting wonky, but we should be good now. So take a look at Sally. So she does have a very nice expression, kind of looking up. We do have the realistic headlights that was introduced for the new version this year in 2026 as a single, but this version's been out for a while and 5-packs and whatnot. So it's nice to see that this Ways to Celebrate Sally does have a lot of the features that were introduced on this year's Sally. We have the same mount, I think, although I think the Ways to Celebrate versions has her mount a little lighter of a tongue. It's kind of weird to say. This one's a little bit more faded. Both thankfully have the Porsche logos. Pretty interesting. We do have the same wheels as before with the detailed lights. And yeah, this is where like the difference really occurs. We have this little stripe that says 95 LMQ in orange, and then we have some purple and yellow stripes around it. And then the yellow does dissolve into these checkerboard designs, which honestly that is pretty neat. I do like that aspect. But yeah, there's really nothing really distinguishing from her from a regular Sally, because I mean, just look at her front. It just looks like a normal Sally. You know, they didn't put like any decals on her, like in comparison to McQueen here. Like, I'll pull up McQueen. Look at this. he has all these wacky designs, like he has the bold LMQ logo on his hood, the big spoiler, the beautiful pastel colors on the side, and Sally just gets the stripe. And not to mention, like, she didn't even change her wheels. Like, Lace McQueen and the others, they have their wheels changed to reflect, you know, the holiday they're celebrating, basically, in universe, Lightning McQueen Day. So I don't know what happened with Sally. I don't know why her wheels are the same. A lot of people have been speculating that it's actually because of Porsche that they're not really allowed to, like, go crazy with Sally's designs. Because Porsche is, like, a very elegant company. And so if they see anything wacky, they're like, hey, no, don't put those lightning bolts on our Porsche. If you do that, you can't do Sally. And Mattel kind of had to find a workaround around Porsche's limitations, which I get. But I mean, if you have that limitation, at least you could be a little bit more creative. Like, I don't know, you could have put a Race to Celebrate logo on the hood there. Like, actually, dude, just put this logo, change it to yellow. That's all you had to do. Just put the LMQ logo on her hood. Just change it to yellow. Maybe change the wheels to yellow as well. The kind of max exotic wheels that the others have. You know, like that Race to Celebrate Sally. They came, sorry, Race and Rescue Sally. They came out recently. So many R&Rs, but you know, if you had just done that, I think this design would have been a little bit better. Because like, as it is, it's just a normal Sally with some side decals. But of course, going on to the sides here, we have the yellow checker design, which I will admit, this design I do really like. I do like how it kind of like devolves away from like the clear lines here. Of course, we have the interestingly no Carrera on the back trunk here, like this one. But we do have the realistic taillights on both. But this one has the trunk hatch actually colored in red, whereas the original did not have that. So I guess that's cool. You win some, you lose some. I mean, but I don't know. But the license plate does read 301 PCE California. It does read good on bold. This one, I think this one's a little bit more bold, but not being too out of the ordinary. This side is exactly the same. Again, I do like that 95 LMQ logo. So honestly, even better, just slap that same exact LMQ logo on the hood. Make it yellow maybe, or make it orange. Like, change the wheels to yellow or orange. I think you would have gotten a really good Sally design. But again, as is, I kind of agree with the popular consensus. She is pretty mid, but yeah, I guess that's why a lot of Sally designs are kind of lackluster in these expanding universe lines. But anyways, Missy picks up made in China, Porsche, so because obviously she's based on like Porsche, and 1156 EAA, so the 115th day of 2026 at the EAA factory. When was this Sally made? I'm curious. 2175 EAA, so the 217th day of 2025 at the EAA factory, which makes sense. So yeah, that about does it for ways to celebrate Sally. Like I said, not a very exciting diecast. She just practically looks the same as a normal Sally. But I do appreciate that they attempted to change her expression slightly from this one. I do kind of like this one. She looks a little bit more like happy, a little bit more alive. This just looks a little creepy to me. But here is another Sally that utilizes this model, the D100 version. Honestly, I think this is a better version because actually it looks different. The hood's in metallic. The Porsche logo is actually bigger on this one. I don't know why it's so minuscule on this Race to Celebrate Sally. And here is the 2018 Sally that they only introduced once from 2018, like I mentioned, and they did kind of use it for the metallic Thailand Sally, and then the 2023 Welcome to Radio Springs Sally in Vietnam. But yeah, they never did this one again. They reverted back to this model for a couple of years, and then just like it actually last year in 2025, they did introduce this Sally with the old model, but with the details of the newer version. So it's kind of like a hybrid. And I'm like, okay, if we're not gonna get this version of Sally, I guess this is like the next best thing. It does have a bit of expression, and actually has some black outlining that's actually defined. This one didn't, ironically, this one didn't even have the hatch door painted red, so, but it also did not have the Korea logo, so, yeah, you win some, you lose some with this Sally. But yeah, that about does it for the comparisons. Let me put her on the turntable, and we'll finish this review off. And here's Sally on the turntable, and I gotta say, she's not a very good diecast. I do like some aspects of her design, like that checkerboard design in the back. I think that's a pretty cool distinction that none of the others have. But again, she just feels way too similar to a regular Sally, and I just wish she did a little bit more to differentiate her. Even if it's just like, slapping the LMQT on the hood, or changing the wheels, or even putting a 95 logo on the top. That would have honestly made her more different compared to a regular Sally. But as is, she's just okay. I mean, okay, I wouldn't say mid, but I don't know. She's not my favorite. I think even Flo's better, like Ramon, Mato, like Boost, even they all wiped the floor with Sally. But again, I get why they included her. You kind of have to include her in this line because she's such an integral part of McQueen's life, and one of the reasons for his major character arc in that first movie. But she deserves so much better, man. I really wish Sally got a good EU design. But as is, this is what we're working with, and it kind of makes me sad. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe QuickTire, signing off.